Hello everyone, my name is Clickfo, and welcome back to another episode of the Minecraft Thrive Guide. I hope you guys are having a good day. I'm having a great one. As you can see, we are starting off here back at the little farmhouse that we have, and I have been working a little bit off camera, trading with these guys to get as much emeralds and resources and such that I can get from them. And as you can see, I have quite a bit of emeralds, almost 2 stacks of emeralds, and I have a ludicrous amount of Unbreaking 3, all the Unbreaking 3 that I'll ever need, and I have a fair few bit of mending books for tools that we might get in the future. So I am pretty pleased with that, and I'm pretty happy. And now that we have covered a little bit of the brewing, and we have done a little bit into villager curing and such, as I mentioned in the last episode, that there is an ocean monument off in that direction, and I think we have everything that we need to go and raid that ocean monument and to gather all the resources there, and to prepare that area to make a super powerful guardian farm later on. So I think we are going to spend this episode going over there and exploring that ocean monument and seeing what that will entail for us. And I'm going to grab out of this chest the potions of water breathing that we brewed up in the last episode. And I have this potion of water breathing for 3 minutes that I found in a loot chest. And I think we're going to take all of those with us, and we are going to go raid that ocean monument. And you can see the ocean monument is beginning to render in the distance. It's quite an impressive building. But we are going to have to be careful about placing any blocks, because with this effect applied to us, we will not be able to remove those blocks. So we have to be wary about that. I mean, you can mine blocks, but it does take a significant amount of time. With efficiency 4, we probably could get through one of these fairly quickly, but I think we should go for the experience of exploring one of these things without just busting through the ceiling or the side. So I'm going to chug one of these potions of water breathing, and then I think we can get to exploring. And now we have the water breathing applied, and as you can see, we are not having the bubbles show up, and I think we're going to come here through this front door entrance. And I am going to put another potion of water breathing on my hotbar so that I can chug it when I start to run out. And as you can see, there are these rooms with these sea lanterns here, and they do provide light. And I love this prismarine and prismarine brick. I think they are some of the prettiest blocks in the game. But this place is kind of a labyrinth, as you can tell. There's a lot of corridors, and they wind, and there's a lot of switchbacks and such, and they're designed to make it so you kind of lose your way and you get lost in here. But it's not too big of a structure, and with 3 potions of water breathing, each with 8 minutes, I think we should be fine to explore this. And this looks like the main chamber here. Inside of this cube, there is some loot for us in the form of some gold blocks. So that is going to be super helpful. But if we come and swim up through here in these rooms, hopefully we will be able to encounter some of the Elder Guardians, and those are going to be the guys that we are going to be after. Well, it looks like we did get turned around. But there are going to be 3. 2 of them are going to show up in the side wings of the structure. This is one of them, and as you can see, we just ran into that guy. He's stuck over there, which is perfect for us. We can just swim up and then blast him. Pow! You do have to be careful. Wow, that was really loud. You do have to be careful with the thorns effect. These guys have some pokies, and they do hurt you when you attack them. But that is one down. We only have 2 more to go. So let us continue on through this structure and see if we can't find the other guy. Oh, perfect. Looks like this little corridor down in the back will lead us to the other end of the wing, where we can hopefully encounter our second Elder Guardian. There he is. And it looks like we did run out of our first potion of water breathing, and that's another one down. There's kind of a lot happening here right at the same time, but we just got rid of the second Elder Guardian, so we only have the one at the very top of the structure left. These things can be fairly confusing to navigate. And you can tell that I've gotten lost. Oh, there he is right there. Perfect. Perfect. And as you can see now, that was the last of the Elder Guardians. Eventually, this mining fatigue will wear off, and we will not receive that again. So now we are free to do our business and work in this area. And oh, that's exciting. I'm pretty happy about that. There are still a few things that I would like to encounter that I haven't seen yet. In these structures, they do have a chance to spawn to generate sponge rooms, basically rooms that have a whole bunch of sponges, and those are fantastic for removing water blocks, because as you when you place them down, they will remove water blocks and revert them into air blocks. So that is what I'm after in this area, but I haven't seen anything yet. So I'm going to keep exploring a little bit and see if we can't find 1 or 2 of the sponge rooms. But other than that, I think we're pretty much in the clear. Oh, and it looks like we do have the mining fatigue removed, so that is great. And I still haven't been able to find a sponge room, which is unfortunate for us. But I think now that we have the mining fatigue removed, we can take the liberty to expose this gold, and that is fantastic. As you can see, it's not a crazy amount, but it is an easy place to find some quick gold. We got 8 blocks of gold from that, which is absolutely fantastic. And I think I'm going to take a few resources like these sea lanterns. I personally love the look of these. Oh, sad day. I personally love the look of these sea lanterns as lighting sources. And I really like this dark prismarine, and it's hard to come across these guys. So I'm going to take this whole section. Okay. Well, now that we have a little bit of loot from this area, I'm going to work and try and find my way out of this maze. Now that we have the mining fatigue removed, I can just go up and out just like that. And then now that we are out of this place, I think I'm going to make my way back to our base and start to take stock of what we have. So here are all the things that we were able to obtain from our little trip. As you can see, we still have 2 of our 3 water breathing potions, that we started with, which is fantastic. We really didn't spend much time exploring that. That was pretty systematic and such, and so I'm pretty happy about that. Oh. But as you can see, we did get 3 sponges because when you kill one of the Elder Guardians, part of their loot table is sponges, and if we put those into a furnace, they will dry out into a dry sponge, and then this can now be placed in a place with water, and it will absorb all the water around it and leave air blocks, which is going to be fantastic. I would have preferred getting more than just 3 of these things, but I guess beggars can't be choosers. But also, now that we have some of these prismarine bricks and prismarine shards and stuff, we can turn these into these prismarine shards into prismarine blocks and prismarine bricks by crafting them, and that is going to be great. And that's also going to be useful for a conduit. And I think since we didn't spend as much time in this episode raiding that ocean monument, I think I'm going to spend the rest of the time that I have laying the foundation for our soon-to-be Ocean Monument Guardian farm. So I do want to make a farm over there specifically for the farming of those guardians. We didn't really look at them too in depth while we were over there. They were the Guardians are like smaller versions of the Elder Guardians, obviously, as hence the name. But they do spawn there all the time. They are renewable, unlike the Elder Guardians, and they only spawn inside of the Ocean Monument area, which is fantastic for us because there is only a very small area where we can get a high concentration of those guardians, and then we can pool them together rather easily in order to farm them for their experience. Guardians are also a rather hard mob to kill, so they do have so they do provide quite a bit of experience, and so so on the Bedrock edition, it will be a fantastic one of the best farms that I've seen for experience gathering. Though those guardians, although fantastic sources of experience, there is a rather small mob cap for them, meaning that only a few of them at a time will spawn, and it will take up all the mob cap, and it will and the game will stop to make spawning attempts for them. So if we remove them from the mob cap, then the game will continue to make spawning attempts for them. So a clever way to trick the game into always making spawn attempts for guardians is to shuttle all of the guardians that are spawned into the nether dimension. They will still exist, but they will no longer be part of the mob cap, because the mob cap will only depend on the dimension that you are currently in. So if they are in the nether, they will still exist and they will still be part of the game, but they will be in a different dimension than we currently are in, and therefore the mob cap will be freed up and the game will continuously be making spawn attempts for them. We do have to be careful, because this is a mechanic exploit, so that when we are doing this, we have the potential to generate so many guardians that when we enter the nether, it will basically lag the game out so bad that it renders it unplayable, and it can even crash the game. So we do have to be careful about how long we spend over there generating all of these guardians. If you're like me and you don't have a super powerful computer, 30 seconds to a minute is probably the maximum amount of time that I will want to sit and spawn all of those guardians and send them to the Nether. This farm design that I want to build is extremely efficient and will produce a massive amount of guardians. The initial design of this farm is not mine. I did not develop it. It was a design that was produced by a YouTuber named Silent Whisperer. You guys should check out his channel. He does an amazing job at making and developing farms for the Bedrock edition. He does some really awesome things, so you guys should go check him out. But we are going to need a fair bit of things for this farm. But I don't think we are going to do everything in the farm. In this episode, we're just going to lay the foundation and explain some of the spawning mechanics, so that in the next episode we can finish setting it all up, and then get an infinite amount of experience, and that will really be a turning point in our Thrive Guide journey, I think. I'm going to take with me a few stacks of sand, because that is what I'm going to use to mark the perimeter of the ocean monument. I want to be able to have a good look at what the perimeter is. And the second thing I'm going to bring is some marker blocks here. I have a few of them. I choose smooth stone, and this is just made by smelting normal stone in a furnace. So you can smelt cobblestone into normal stone, and then if you smelt it again, it will turn it into smooth stone. And I like it because it has this very definite border, so it's really easy for counting, and it's a rather cheap resource. So I'm going to take that with me, and we are going to mark out the areas where these guardians will spawn. In the Java edition, it is a randomized check in the area of the ocean monument. Basically, the game will make a sweep of every block within the ocean monument, and will make random spawning attempts in that volume of water. In the Bedrock edition, it is significantly different. There are only 25 specific locations that are predetermined inside of the area of the ocean monument where guardians can spawn. We are here at the ocean monument. One of the first things that I think I'm going to do is I forgot to mention, but I also brought over a conduit, and that is made by crafting the heart of the sea that we got in one of the previous episodes with eight nautilus shells to make a conduit, and that's going to provide us with water breathing. And so I'm going to grab some of those prismarine blocks. Goodness, I can't speak today. Words are hard.
Words are your second language, sir.
And for the conduit to be active, we do have to place some of these prismarine blocks. It doesn't matter if it's normal prismarine or the prismarine bricks or the dark prismarine. It just has to have the word prismarine in it, basically. And I'm going to set that down here. There we go. Goodness gracious. It is finally activated. And the more of these rings that we have around it, the larger area of effect it will have for us. So that is fantastic. And it kind of has that like heartbeat sound, which is kind of cool. Anyway, this is not strictly necessary to make this farm. but it is kind of nice to have this effect so that we can work underwater without having to use any of our water breathing potions, and we don't have to worry about running out of air. And it also provides us with night vision, so it's super convenient for us to use. Anyway, so the first thing I'm going to do to start our marking out of this ocean monument is I'm going to get a map. It doesn't matter what kind of map it is. It could be one of the treasure maps that we found, or a locator map that you make yourself in a crafting table. But we are going to make sure that we are facing north, and on the northwestern side, so that's so the top left corner of our map, that is the direction where we are going to want to start building. So I'm going to grab my sand out of here and just quickly double check, and I'm going to swim over here to the very corner of this ocean monument. And right next to the ocean monument, I'm going to start placing a pillar of sand. It doesn't need to be sand; it can be any block, but sand is easy to remove. And I am going to leave this one block up like that, and I'm even going to put that so we can get on top of it. And I'm going to put a torch so nothing spawns there. This will indicate that this is our most northern west corner of the ocean monument, and I'm going to make sure that we remember that. Then I'm going to go and do the exact same thing on all of the corners of the ocean monument here. Now that we have that marked out, I am going to start marking out the spawn locations, and I'm going to show you guys the exact spawn locations for an ocean monument. So we want to make sure we are back over on our at our northernwest corner of our ocean monument, and we're going to take out our marker blocks, and I'm also going to take an indicator block. I'm going to use redstone blocks because I have a whole ton of redstone, and they are pretty good indicator blocks. They stand out pretty very well against the water and such. And so we are going to place 2 blocks diagonal to each other, just like that. And then the third block that is diagonal to that is our first. Excuse you. I'm trying to record a video here, thank you. That is going to be our first spawning location. So as you can see, it's pretty easy. Just two diagonal blocks in between, and that is our first guardian spawning location. But now that we have our first spawning location, I'm going to go find the rest of them, and it's kind of in a grid shape, a kind of awkwardly spaced grid. But oh well, because this is an evenly shaped build, that's why I like to build an odd numbers. Anyway, that's besides the point. So now we are going to go in the south direction. So this is our northwest. So that is our south direction. I'm going to go from this block 10 blocks. And on the 11th block, we are going to place another one, and that is going to be our second spawning location. For the third spawning location, we are going to go 15 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then the 16th block, we're going to place another block, and that is going to be our third spawning location. So now we are going to want to work our way in, so we're going to go east to try and make it to the center of there. And for this next one, we are also going to want to go 10 blocks in the eastern direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. and the 11th block is our 4th spawning location. And now if we go to the center, we need 15 blocks again. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and on the 16th block, we are going to place another indicator block, and that, as you can see, is pretty much smack dab in the middle of our ocean monument, and that is our central spawning location. Now the rest of this is pretty easy to mark out, but I am still going to walk you guys through it, just because I know it can be kind of hard to make sure that all of these are perfectly made. And on this second block, I'm going to come out another 10 blocks, and that is aligned there. As you can see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then on the 11th block, if we place another block, you can see that we are lined up perfectly with that spawning location. And so that is basically kind of the foundation of our grid system. And then if we come up here, another 10 blocks, then we place that other one, and that is perfectly in line with that spawning location, perfectly aligned with those spawning locations, and that is a way you can know that our spawning locations are made correctly. And now we can remove these and reclaim our counter marker blocks, and I'm going to do that and continue on. Alrighty, now that we have reclaimed all of our marker blocks, I'm going to come over here to this central spawning location, and then I'm going to come out north of this 15 more blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Excuse me, 15. And if we place a block there, you can see it lines up perfectly with those other spawning locations. And then we can come out another 10 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then the 11th block. And as you can see, those line up perfectly again there. So that is our northernmost, northwestern quadrant completely marked out. Okay. Now, starting at our middlemost spawning location, we are going to come out to the side, to the eastern side. We're going to come out 15 more blocks, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then the 16th block, we're going to place another spawning location indicator block, and that is our another one. And then as we go out here, we are not going to count 10, we're only going to count 9, because this is an even numbered build. We had 10 over there, now we're going to have 9 over here. It's weird, I know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then another indicator block there. And that is another spawning location marked out. Perfect. So now if we go to our centermost spawning location again, now if we go into the south direction, we are going to count, ouch, excuse me, 15 more blocks in the south directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, ouch, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then I place another block, and I'm going to recount that because I keep getting interrupted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Stop it! Okay, perfect. And then we are going to go south from here again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then another indicator block. And then so that is on our southernmost part. And then from here, it's just filling in the grid how it has been indicated there. We just kind of go in one direction until we get over to the spot where the other spawning locations were. So it's 15 blocks this way, but you don't necessarily have to count out 15 blocks. You can just get over here until we reach this in parallel with our other blocks. And as you can see, that is going to be our next spawning location. And then this, and we can go this way another 10 blocks. But again, you don't necessarily need to count it. You just walk over until you've reached parallel with that, and that is the spot. So we can place another one, and as you can see, those line up perfectly. Alright folks, we are back, and as you can see, I've finished marking out all of the spawning locations for this farm. I hope that made sense to you guys. I'm sometimes not the best at explaining things, so if you guys if you are having a hard time understanding this, feel free to let me know in the comments, and I will try to do better in the future. I hope that this has been understandable and that this has been insightful for you guys. But I am excited for this, and I think that is where we're going to leave it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this look into exploring an ocean monument and raiding the Elder Guardians and such, and marking out the foundations for our soon to be Guardian farm. And I am excited for this, and I hope you guys are too. If you enjoyed the video, why don't you smash that like button? And if you loved the video, why don't you subscribe to my channel for some more content and more of the Minecraft Thrive Guide. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you guys later. Bye for now.